Good evening. My name is Lena, and this is my video blog on Chapter 6, Ethnics. And I found this to be a very interesting topic. However, there's some things that I believe that across each state, the rules apply as such. Now, for the state of New Jersey, as I began to look at the issues in my state, and one of the questions were, what are the most common reasons for a board to discipline a counselor, and what is your personal reaction? You read through the list. I believe it is definitely confidentiality. Sometimes we find ourselves just conversation wise discussing certain things, perhaps maybe with friends, family, co-workers. I don't think we perhaps mean to do it, but if we're not careful, we may sometimes find ourselves discussing things that are prohibit for us to even discuss, right? What are some themes you've seen when you looked at the common reason for the board discipline? One of the common reasons that I saw was the whole ethnic piece when it comes to confidentiality, the HIPAA law, protecting the public, allowing people's personal and potent information to be held at the most highest level of respect. So, and what was the behavior that led to the discipline? Now, as I began to read the article for the state of New Jersey, the article that I read had everything to do with a lawyer was being sued. And so a lawyer was suing psychologists. And so what the psychologist did, was very unethical. It says when a New Jersey lawyer named, for video purposes, no name, received legal papers last year informing him that his former psychologist practice was suing him over an unpaid bill. He was initially upset. This is the reason. He was initially upset they could not work out a payment arrangement outside of court. He was a New Jersey lawyer, and he received legal paperwork last year, and this was from 2015, informing him that his former psychologist practices was suing him. And so the outcome of this was, I found it to be amazing. So what happened, they worked out a deal. And in this, it had everything to do with paying him for people's information when it came to counseling. And I believe like the greatest fear for many patients is, receiving therapy services is that somehow the details of their private life or struggles will be revealed to the public. And this is why we have HIPAA, and this is why we have confidentiality. And he did all of these things, And later on, it talks about it was only later that the lawyer, said in an interview that he scanned the papers and revealed something else. The psychologist group to which he confounded the innermost feelings had included his mental health diagnosis and treatment he received in public file court documents. Now, this is a patient, because there was a phone call that was put out to a lot of the patients, and most of the patients were minor children, and so their parents would contact. I'm just like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen, but it was real. And so that's a fear. That would definitely be a fear of mine, that my personal information was leaked out. So to identify and share the ACA code of ethics and your state code that was violated, well, it was definitely HIPAA, that's for sure, and confidentiality. And so the other question was, what was the outcome of the board discipline? Well, he lost his license, and he was fired, and he was fined, and all of that. That should have happened, right? Because this was someone's personal information from Short Hills Association. is where I got my information from. Um, mm. And so, what does the ACA Code of Ethics and your state code say about counselor impairment? Well, certainly, if you're not healthy enough in your mental and your emotional, you really, the state of New Jersey will allow you to go and get the help that you need, and perhaps you may have to render your license, depending on, the state of your mental. What is a question this brings to mind for you? Well, my question is the core belief of someone that they can actually, the two of them both are professionals, the psychologist and the lawyer, that will come together to come up with such a, I don't know, violation and getting bills paid by exposing innocent people. So, hi, this is Lena, and this is my video blog on Chapter 6. Thank you.